Hey everybody, Ryan McCaffrey with IGN. I'm joined by Roland Lesterlin, the game director on Just Cause 3. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Where are we right now in the world of Just Cause 3? We are high in the literal sense.
In the literal sense, we are extremely high up in the world. In fact, this is one of the highest points in the game world. We're over 10,000 feet in the air. Something we've actually never really shown off yet is being at the top of this giant, beautiful mountaintop. And of course, the world is huge. You can go anywhere you see. There is no mountain, no island, nothing that you can't go to in the distance at any point. In fact, we're going to kind of move around the world with a wingsuit.
Yeah, so that's what I'm hoping you were going to show me. Because off air earlier, you were kind of giving me a great instruction on how to sort of self-propel myself and just keep myself moving through the world with a combination of the wingsuit and the parachute and the right amount of controls. So figure what better place to show that off for everyone else who doesn't, because you don't ship in every box, right?
Not yet. That's coming.
That's
in the
the ultra special edition.
That's the ultra special edition.
Let's hop off and yeah, just sort of give me tell everybody how to best do this.
The easiest way to think about the wingsuit is like a glider plane. You have no propulsion, so you need to go down to maintain speed.
Right.
If you pull back too much, so if we would go into a stall, for example, we have animations and so forth for that stall, but if we keep pulling back on it, we'll eventually lose momentum and then it'll need to stall and we need to keep going down.
Yeah.
And that ratio is about a 3-to-1.
Okay.
Like 3 meters forward, 1 meter down. So you don't really want to push too far forward. If you push too far forward, you will go into a straight dive. So if we dive down a little bit straight here, you'll get a lot of speed. And you'll want to avoid rocks and so forth on your way down. You'll also notice that there is a little cursor in the center of the screen that kind of keeps your center point for the camera.
Yeah.
You can use the camera, so that's on the right stick, or the mouse obviously on PC, but you can use that to kind of look somewhat down, and eventually you'll see the grapple location appear. That little spinning cursor means that you can use the grapple. Now, in combination, it means you can pull yourself along. Now, right now, we have every wingsuit mod unlocked, which means not only can you pull yourself along, but you can actually use the left trigger, and that left trigger is an analog ability to increase the tension of the grapple that you use regularly in the world, like grappling two people together. But you can actually use that same ability while wingsuiting, which means you can now get even more speed as you're pulling yourself through the world. And this means you can use the wingsuit not just to go down, but it means you can invert and actually start going up using the wingsuit as well. And these combination of abilities allows you to pretty much stay in wingsuit as long as you want and move pretty much anywhere you want in the world.
So would you say that this is, once a player of Just Cause 3 can master this, you pretty much you can go anywhere and do whatever you want to do in the world?
Yeah,
from a navigational standpoint.
It's a great way of moving through the world, and it's a lot of fun and quite exhilarating, and especially the closer you get to the ground. And we subtly give you a little bit of lift along the ground, because the closer you are to danger in the game, the more fun it kind of gets. So we want to give you that impression of, you know, getting right next to trees or going right next to the ground, so you get that feeling of speed, the rushing of the wind going by you. And of course, you can always transition to parachute, which is a great combat platform. So you can now sit there and shoot from there and do whatever you need to, and then go straight back into wingsuit. Now, this does mean that you see something, wingsuit is perfect for getting I want to go down to that lake over there.
Yeah.
But if you see a jet, you could also take that, but our vehicles are actually kind of toys like everything else. So you might want to crash the jet and then still want to keep moving. And so those are the crazy things that we can kind of do with the wingsuit, and we wanted to give players that ability of just that joyful flying through the world.
So the tip you're giving me is your natural inclination is to press forward. Don't do that. Kind of let yourself glide or even pull back and look more up.
Yeah.
And then tap as you're getting close to the ground. You can just tap that grapple line to shoot it out and propel forward.
Exactly. And you know, over water, it gets a little trickier because you got to find something to grapple to. And if you want to save yourself, you can always transition very quickly into parachute. And of course, all the same abilities exist in parachute, but the parachute is made to be a little slower. But you can really use the parachute to get a lot of height because we have the unlocked ability to move around, it means, especially in this region of the world that is, you can see, much more mountainous, really quite vertical, giant cliffs, mastering the ability of being able to wingsuit, being able to parachute, that's what's going to allow you to be able to combat helicopters and heavier tank enemies and, you know, the type of threats you're going to meet a little later in the game.
Great. Well, Roland, that is a fantastic tutorial on one of the most important elements of Just Cause 3. For much more on Just Cause 3, which is out this December, keep it tuned right here to IGN.